Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me for Medicare on Mondays with the Medicare Whisperer. Today's topic is the guidance when we're considering selling our home. Today's guest is Lisa Albanowski. She's a certified senior housing specialist. Thank you for joining me today, Lisa. I appreciate you coming out.
Thanks for having me, Grace.
I believe in pre-planning and educating ourselves before we make any big move. That is one of the reasons I invited Lisa to join me today. Tell us a little bit about your background, Lisa.
I've been a real estate broker for 25 years, and my passion is really working with seniors and their families. It comes from the heart. My own family, my mom lived till 99, dad 90, and I help them through all stages and phases of their transition, from selling their home to all the resources that's necessary as one ages.
And what's the difference between a senior real estate specialist and a certified senior housing specialist?
Short coursework for senior real estate specialists through the National Association of Realtors. Certified senior housing professional is a long coursework. I took almost a year to do that work, and it's really drilling down to all the phases and components of housing, whether it be assisted living, independent living, home ownership, and many, many resources available to all people in their transition.
What are some of the signs that it's time for senior to consider moving to a different location?
Isolation is one of the things that's really important to pay attention to, and safety. And then I button that up with thriving in place instead of aging in place. What does that mean? When somebody's isolated, everything declines. When things are not safe anymore, like going upstairs when they have an ailment of some sort and they're alone and nobody's paying attention, they don't necessarily see that it's a safety issue. So those two things really combined are signs that somebody may need to have a different environment to live in.
So when we're pre-planning a move, there's different options. So if we're moving in with a family member or going into a rental, what would you recommend?
Pre-planning is really key. Moving into a rental or moving in with family is pretty easy because you don't have to buy anything and purchase something, so the financial demand isn't there. Those are the two things that are pretty easy.
But if we're considering purchasing something and we need some financing options, what would you recommend? Like if we're going to an assisted living or buying a home further or an apartment?
Right. So buying a condo or some type of HOA requires down payment, and a lot of people think that they can just take their money from their house once they sell it. And that is one of the things that I do help with, and that is something that you really need to pay attention to, those details. Or if somebody is looking to go into an assisted living, there's financial upfront cost. And if you don't have wealth, then there are things like HELOC, or there's a resource that I have for it, an old-fashioned type of a bridge loan.
And those loans let them stay in the home, they get the loan, and then they go to the assisted living community or the next location and fix up the house prior to the sale. That was the point of that, correct?
Yeah, prior to the sale, and they sometimes like to move out before we actually show the home.
Okay. So if someone's considering going to an assisted living community, sometimes we use the capital for that, and you can contact me for assisted care advisors, and we can help you with the relocation. And with the capital, we can see what assets you have, and we want to make sure we have enough money in order to stay in the community and not have to relocate a second time. So we will use those resources from your home to help you find the new location, because location is key, where you'd like to move and the resources that are available to you. And how do you make downsizing and the moving process easier for them? Less overwhelming, how's that?
Overwhelming is a good word. I make sure that we do a lot of pre-planning, and that is really the guide to really helping people not be overwhelmed. So what does pre-planning look like? It means bringing someone like myself into your home to assess the value of it and to determine what are your needs before you even say, I'm ready. that could be a year in advance. So pre-planning is really the key to help with the guidance of a smooth transition.
And we just want to make sure that you realize if you're going to be moving out of state or relocating or moving in the state, I can help you with your Medicare, changing plans, because you have to change your plans as you relocate. And Lisa has the resources to help people going in or out of the state, correct, Lisa?
Yes, I have realtors who are certified like myself to help in all of the states. And I also have a whole host of resources to help movers and things of that nature.
So if you're listening, what's one message you'd like to give today about the conversation we had?
I think that pre-planning is really the key. And that is one of the biggest things that you really need to make sure that your family, whoever is helping you in the transition of downsizing or right-sizing, is on board. So what are your likes? What are your dislikes? Where do you see yourself living? Is it here? Is it another state? Help yourself by having your family or your partner or someone who's on your side be with you in the sense of making the decisions if you're not alone.
So if somebody does move and you do sell your home and you relocate, you have to contact Social Security and give them your new address. I usually tell people wait till we're settled into our new location, and once we're there we can change our information, get our license done, get everything in place. Then you have to reach out to the companies that you're currently with and change your address with them. If you're in a supplement, you do not have to change the plan. You just call up and you just change the address. If you're changing the state, you would want to make sure you go into a supplement here in New York. We don't ask any health questions, but in some of the other states they will do health questions, and you may not be able to get into a supplement once you leave. So we offer an analysis while you're here before you relocate. If you are in one of the Advantage plans or a Part D drug plan, you definitely have to change your plan when you relocate. If you leave out of state, it goes by zip codes. We need to change plans. Sometimes you may stay with the same company, but the premium will change. So you definitely have to notify people. They watch the mail. If you don't tell people you've relocated, they're going to take you out of the plan. So please make sure you do that, okay? And I want to thank everybody for joining me today, but please remember to join me and please donate, even if it's just $5, to my team, Grace's Brainwalkers, for the Alzheimer's Disease Resource Center walk on June 20th. You can hit the link and just donate. It'll take you right there. I appreciate all your support. This is a chronic problem and I want to help people. And the next time for Medicare's on Mondays, on the third Monday, my guest will be Anthony Cupono, and we will be discussing about pre-planning our funeral. So please join me for that. Medicare on Mondays, the third Monday of the month. And I want to thank everybody for joining me today and thank Lisa for coming in today. Our contact information will be with the podcast, so if you need to reach out to Lisa, you can call her or email me, and my information is always there, and I appreciate your support. So have a wonderful day, and please follow, like, and share. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Grace.